Okay, sorry for that. Something went wrong with my video, with my camera. I mean, so where was I? By the big view. We're talking about the big view. So, what did I say about the big view? The big view. You need to big fill in the hole, and then you also need to big fill the trench. What is big filling? Remember, it's like when we are big filling, we are putting back the material. We are filling back this space. If you build here, this space that is left, it needs to be covered. So now we have to put back the sand. So that is what we're going to be doing. So we have to do that to the hose. So how big our hose? Our hose are 720 by 720, and then by the depth. So now the depth is going to change. Why is the depth for the hose going to change? Remember, this portion that is called the 250, we cannot backfill because we have already put in concrete. So now we can only backfill this portion. Yeah. So that is why we are going to say 0.72. This is 0.72 by 0.72, also by 0.65, because we need to backfill there. That's the only space that we need to backfill for the hole. And now we have to say multiply by 3. Why are we multiplying by 3? Because you've got how many holes? 1, 2, 3, as I had said before. And now the description can be backfill trench with excavated material. Now let's go to the trench. The trench, our length of the trench is 5.86. Remember, from there to there, and then from there to there, this plus that, the total distance, it has given us 5.86. Remember, we have calculated this 5.86 when we calculated the length of the trench. So we already have that. So you're going to backfill that 5.86 by 0.14. So by 0.14. Why 0.14? This is 135, but now when we round this off, this 3 is going to be 4. So that's why it's going to be 0.14 there. And now the depth is also going to be 0.65, because remember, we are going to be backfilling all that portion there. How deep is it going to be? It's going to be 0.65. And now we also have to deduct on the backfill. What is it that we have to deduct on the backfill? Remember, when I took dimensions for the wall, I said 720 by 720, but then I didn't consider that. So now when you deduct, that's when we consider everything that we have built. So the deduction is going to be the pier and the wall. So now on the deduct, you just come and book in the pier. We have already booked in the piers, 0.45 by 0.45. But now what's going to change now is the length, because now when you backfill, you only backfill everything that is underneath the ground. So here we are going to deduct the pier, 0.45 by 0.45 by 0.65, and extra over for cutaway. So when we do calculate cutaway, we no longer have to calculate that, because we have already mentioned it here, because this surplus is going to be cutaway. It's going to be, maybe thrown off somewhere, because like, okay, now for the cutaway is going to be the base, the wall, and the footing. Remember, the cutaway is everything, is every cent that we're going to throw away. Because remember, when we put in here, there was sand here, but when we did put the footing and the wall, we took the space that was filled by the sand. So now what we are going to do is we are going to consider that as cutaway. Okay, we are going to clear all that. So now for the cutaway, I didn't do the booking because I didn't have like enough space. But for the cutaway, is everything that you've already calculated, ne? Is the footing. That footing 720 by 720, 720 by 720 by 250. So we are that is the cutaway. The footing, that is also the what? The cutaway. So even when you're calculating here, you can also say and EO for cutaway, so that you won't have to come and calculate it again there. And now also the base, it's everything that we have already calculated that is underneath the ground, the cutaway. And then when we look at the wall we have already calculated. We did calculated the wall. So now you cut away for the wall, the length, the total length, we said it's 6,000, 6.40. I mean, it's 6.40, and then multiplied by, now we are going to use the height that is underneath the ground, 0.65. So now on the cutaway, it's no longer going to be 2.53 on the wall, it's going to be 0.65, because when you cut away, it's like you're considering everything that is under the ground. And now the coping that I just did roughly, the coping, so the coping is the total length from there to there, from there to there, because the coping we are talking about this that is on the top. So now the total length of that is this. It's yes, it's this 3,580 plus 2,820, and then we will get a total of 6.40. So that is measured in meters. You just book it like that, and then you underline. And the caps, what are we talking about when we talk about the caps? We are talking about that and that and that. So how many caps do we have? We've got 1, 2, 3. So that is going to be the caps. I think this is all. This is I try to cover as much as I can. If you find this useful, if you found this helpful, then I am happy for you. If you've got any questions, any queries, you can put in the comment section. Remember, I'm not trying to prove anybody wrong. There can be errors in this exercise, but our main goal is to help each other at the end of the day. So just take in what you can take, and then you can leave what you can leave. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your patience.